Hey there, it's Heather Hakes. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I want to share with you how to unlock the power of your mindset and give you the tools you need for personal transformation. Before we dive in, I want to offer you a free video training on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can grab it directly in the description box below and also on my website, heatherhakes.com. I was getting ready this morning and I love how intuitive ideas and nudges come to me, and I'm sure you've experienced this too when you're present. In the shower, a lot of times it comes for me when I'm blow drying my hair or going for a run. And I want you to know that when these intuitive nudges come to you, you need to act on them. So what I want to share with you today is I want to break down my personal development journey, something I've been on for more than 30 years. I want to get rid of all that fluff and the BS belief systems that are out there. And I want to give you a practical framework to help you unlock the power of your mindset and create the lasting change so you can be and do anything you want in this lifetime. So to give you a little backstory, this really started, I grew up coming home from school, watching Oprah and Dr. Phil. Luckily, I've had a mom that started her personal development journey when I was young, so I didn't have to wait until I got older in life trying to figure out why I felt stuck and unfulfilled. So I've literally been fed this kind of information at a very young age in elementary school. I remember at the age of 8, I started my own gratitude practice, thank you, Oprah, in a gratitude journal. And I've done this every single night in bed before I fall asleep, and I think of 5 things from that day for which I am grateful, and I do my best to come up with new things. Why is gratitude such a powerful practice? When you're in a state of gratitude, you're in a state of appreciation. It's a high vibe state. And when you're focusing on things that are going well, you will be given more things to be grateful for. And trust me, not every day is rainbows and unicorns, but it can be things like, I'm so grateful the sun was shining. I'm grateful for clean sheets. I'm grateful for a call from a friend. I'm grateful for my health. But before we even get started, I want to offer you this. If you're not doing this yet, start today. Start your own gratitude practice, because it is training your RAS, reticular activating system, to look for things that are going well for you, because many of us get stuck on what's not working. We think about it, we speak about it, we talk about it, and then you get stuck in this negative feedback loop, getting more of the same unwanted results. Gratitude can shift that. I've also spent nearly 6 figures on my own personal development journey in coaching and seminars and courses and books. And there's a lot of fluff, there's a lot of BS out there, there's a lot of surface level things that might band-aid your symptoms, but it's not going to get to the root cause. And that's what I want to help you do today. Again, I'm giving you a simple framework to help you get into what I always preach about, your operating system. I want you to think of your mind as a garden. We are not here to mow the weeds. I want to help you pull the weeds and plant new seeds. I also want to talk about cultural conditioning in our paradigms. We have been taught for generations and eons and believed into fear, lack, and limitation. I love a quote from Rumi, something about, you are not a droplet of the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a droplet. So I want you to think of this. You are a divine aspect of the infinite, which means you have infinite potential to create whatever you want. You have incarnated in this human experience in your current avatar. I've chosen to be Heather Hakes on my own hero's journey. But when you understand that and flip the script, that you are not this limited being, that you are an infinite creator, life does become a game. Life becomes, what I talk about often is, I treat my life as one big experiment. I am constantly training my mind and setting new intentions on what I want to create. Because when you're not living that way, when you're not living your life by design, you will fall into default in autopilot, which most of society is stuck in, and you're better than that. So in my journey, 6 figures, it's a lot of money. And, that was part of my journey. We get into this state of needing to seek information, constantly consuming, but it's easy to fall into the trap of becoming a self-help junkie, or even better yet, a shelf-help junkie. How many books have you purchased and yet to read. So what I really want to share today is, I have studied ancient wisdom, the Hermetic principles, some of the OGs, Napoleon Hill and Henry Ford and Einstein and Tesla and Bob Proctor and Tony Robbins and Dr. Joe Dispenza, Abraham Hicks. I've studied so many different perspectives and lenses, and what I really have done is I've distilled it into, I found the common threads. And when you do that, I want you to know that change is simple. It's not necessarily easy at first because you have years and decades of thinking and feeling one way, and it really does come down to breaking the habit of being yourself. But when you do that, that's how you break free of living in autopilot. You break free of living in by default, and you become a conscious creator of your reality. So today I want to share with you how to unlock the power of your mindset and live your best life. All right, let's get into it. I love acronyms because acronyms are easy to remember, and I'm using the acronym mindset. Imagine that. The first letter I want to start with is M, master your mind. And this is everything. Napoleon Hill wrote a second book. You may have heard of him from Think and Grow Rich, but he has even a better one, Outwitting the Devil. And what he shares in this book is that your greatest barrier is an undisciplined mind. So here's what I want to share with you. You have somewhere between 60 to 70,000 thoughts every single day. So imagine that. We have a lot of chaos, a lot of computing going on, but 95% of it is happening in your subconscious, meaning outside of your awareness. So if you have more than 60,000 thoughts every single day and 80% of them tend to be negative, here's another stat for you. 90% of your daily thoughts, so the thoughts you're thinking today, you were thinking yesterday. So can you see how if you don't master your mind, if you don't become aware of those thoughts playing, especially in the background, you can pick up today, put it on tomorrow, put it on next week, put it on 6 years from now, and nothing in your life will change. So I want to help you break that. The first step, you have to master your mind. I don't want you to think of this as complication. It's simply about creating a new lifestyle, creating daily disciplines, mindfulness practices, and being intentional. And I'm going to share some of those that I do that you may want to implement. So here's one. I have 5 alarms on my phone throughout the day, starting in the morning and ending at 8 p.m. So I have 5 alarms throughout the day with an affirmation connected to a song, and that's a purposeful mindfulness practice that I use to remind me of where I'm going. So I have this affirmative statement that I pause. So this is about me taking a 15-second pause 5 times a day. I'm pausing to remind myself of an affirmative statement so I stay forward focused so that I don't fall into autopilot. That's one way to master your mind. Meditation's a phenomenal way. Doing it in the morning, doing it in the evening, breaking up your day. Because what meditation does is, it's simply about training your awareness and setting intentions. Let me say it again. Meditation is about sensory deprivation. So it's closing your eyes. I love using noise-canceling headphones. But it's sensory deprivation, turning off all of that external noise, sitting in silence. You could do 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. Do 20, whatever feels good to you. But what that does is you are being present. You are being mindful. You are training your awareness. You can set those new intentions, maybe something you want to increase in your finances, your health, your business, relationships, whatever it may be. And by taking that intentional time every single day is another way of not falling into autopilot. So those are just a couple to get you started. And the purpose of all of this, awareness is the first step to creating change in your life. I teach my coaching clients 4 main pillars. The first step is awareness. The second step is creating an aim. Despite your current circumstances, what do you want to have, be, do, and experience in your life? Step number 3, and this is what I want to debunk in personal development. Knowledge is power. No, it's not. Knowledge is potential power, but it comes down to application. So that's the third principle I teach, is those daily, consistent practices about training your mind. And finally, when you stay top of mind, awareness is a lifelong practice, and you create those clear aims and you have the daily, consistent practices, you will achieve whatever it is that you want. And I'm telling you, the sky is not the limit. Your belief system is. All right, let's move into step number 2, the I, about identifying your reality. Here's what I want to share with you, and I love teaching through a science lens because it debunks dogma and we're all separated by politics and religion and those beliefs. But science can have a theory and a hypothesis and prove it. So there's data to prove what I'm teaching you now. So about identifying your reality, this is where your mindset, especially your subconscious, really comes into play. Your beliefs shape your reality. If you don't like your current beliefs, you have to change the cause, which is your subconscious mind. And I want to teach you something simple from quantum physics, which talks about the observer effect. And the observer effect is simple. It teaches us that everything is energy. So think of it as there's one big infinite field where all these new potentials. So a potential is simply something you want to experience. A travel, a relationship, an experience, a home, whatever it is. So all of these, quote, new potentials all sit in the infinite field. And using the observer effect, you can then take the invisible in this infinite quantum field and make it visible. It's not about creating something new. It's about collapsing the wave function. And this is what the observer effect is. So let me explain at a high level. The observer effect simply states that when you focus on something, let's say a dollar amount, that's the easiest, most tangible thing I take every coaching client through. If you focus on something specific, $5, a dozen roses, a free coffee, whatever it is that you want, your observation, your focus on it will then collapse the wave. And this is simply teaching that we live in an energetic universe. Tesla quoted this. If you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Every potential in the quantum field is energy. It's a wave function until it is observed. So now with your focus and your attention on that new potential, your observation of it collapses it from a wave into a particle, making the invisible visible in your life. That is how powerful you are. But most people are using this in a disempowering way, that you're focused on what's not working. You're focused on because we've been programmed into it, fear, lack, and limitation. But you can break free of this paradigm. And what this really helps you do is get out of that victim mode that life is happening to me. No, you are a powerful creator. Life is happening through you. And by doing this, again, awareness is the first step to creating change. You can now identify the reality that you want to experience through the observer effect. And I'm telling you, put this into play. I've done a ton of videos on manifesting. It is not woo-woo. It is science proven. When you focus on something and you align with it energetically, you turn the invisible into visible. All right, let's move on. N is about nurturing your frequency. When you truly understand the game of life is an energetic game. I actually have a note on my desk that says, energy and persistence conquer all things. Now, again, we come from limiting paradigms, hustle and grind, status quo. You have to work really hard. You burn yourself into exhaustion. That is one way, and it is the hard way of doing it. I have a mentality. I don't chase. I attract. I know that when I am in the right energetic frequency, so let me talk about this. Let me talk about how you can put this into play. When you're nurturing your frequency, so again, this is that awareness piece, staying mindful, staying intentional. That's why this really is about creating a lifestyle practice. I want you to play with this. And when you nurture your frequency, that is how you manifest. That's all manifestation is. When you match the frequency of what it is that you want, circumstances and synchronicities and opportunities come your way. No, you don't just sit on the couch. Yes, you have to take action, but there is a difference in trying and forcing versus taking inspired action. So let's stay on this. Nurturing your frequency. Here's what I want you to do. Neville Goddard taught this through the law of assumption, and he simply stated, and even what Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches us today, it's 2 steps. Manifesting is 2 steps. You have to get really clear on what you want, and you have to match the energetic frequency through your emotions. So think of it like this. Your thoughts are the energy sending your intentions out, but it's your emotions, your emotional state that become the magnet drawing experiences to you. And you do this through your emotional states. That's why gratitude, top 1. When you are living from love, gratitude, empowered, enlightened, inspired, motivated, confident, when you are living in those emotional states. And what I really teach is 3 steps. You have to get clear on what you want. You have to have confidence in yourself, which eliminates fear and doubt. And you have to have certainty that it's yours. So think about that when you put this into play. When you get really clear on what you want and you're nurturing your daily frequency and intention, you become what Abraham Hicks teaches, the vortex. And that's why the 1% aren't lucky. They are living differently, and you have access to this too. So again, knowledge is not power. It's only potential power. Put this into play. Get really clear on what you want. And if this is new to you, start small. $5, cup of coffee, whatever it is for you. Have fun with it, because that's important when you're having fun and enjoy. And that's why I think of it as an experiment, because I'm detached from the how and the when. Then you're in alignment, you're in flow, and life can be easy. All right, moving on to D. This is about daily practice. I've really already talked about this, but let me give you just a couple more that you can use to keep you mindful and intentional, to keep you as a conscious creator, living your life by design rather than by default, falling into autopilot, staying stuck on that hamster wheel, same shit, different day. So some daily practices. First thing in the morning, meditation. It's just non-negotiable for me, and I can do that anywhere. Like this doesn't take resources. I just sit in silence. So meditation, first thing in the morning, last thing before bed. Again, it's about sensory deprivation, training your awareness and setting intentions. Also, through meditation is how you reprogram your subconscious mind, impressing what you want to express in reality. So meditation's a great tool. As I shared, that daily gratitude practice, because you're training your brain, you're training your mind to focus on the good, and you'll get more good. Journaling is another great one. Scripting is something that you can do. Writing as if. This is writing things that you want to experience in the present tense, because time is an illusion. The only time is now. This is what Neville Goddard taught through law of assumption. When you're assuming, when you're acting as if, not fake it till you make it, embodying those emotional states, embodying those thoughts and feelings as though it's yours now. That is how you become a powerful force drawing experiences to you. So remember, daily disciplines, you need daily practices to keep you mindful and intentional. Don't complicate this. Less is more. All right, we're going to move into S. This is about shifting into flow and fun. There's a book by David Hawkins that talks about power versus force. Again, I want you to get away from that hustle and grind paradigm, that struggling and efforting and trying really hard to make something happen, living in high stress and burnout. Because when you're in that energetic state, you actually create a lot of resistance, repelling and delaying your manifestations and the things that you want to experience. This is about shifting from that hustle and grind and trying and efforting to creating. This is about going from force and stepping into your power. It really is a perspective shift, but I'm telling you that it can be easy. All right, we are only 2 more to go. This E is all about embody your future now. This is how we create quantum leaps in your life. And actually, the necklace that I'm wearing today, this is my mantra. This is guiding light for this year, about creating quantum leaps. And a quantum leap definition is what seems to be an often or sudden change in your life. So think about it, going from maybe broke and just getting by to having a financial windfall or breakthrough, to being single for so long and then meeting the right one. You can create quantum leaps in your life. But how you do that is you have to Collapse the separation of one day, someday, I hope, I wish. Let go of your 5 and 10-year plan because time is an illusion. That shit can happen so much faster. It's about embodying it now. And as I already shared, not fake it till you make it, because that's using your 5% going against 95% and your subconscious will reject it. That's why through these daily practices, it's embodying your future now, training your mind and the subconscious through those clear intentions and those elevated emotions. That's why it's an energy, it's a frequency game. And when you're acting as if you are living from, you're taking actions from, you're feeling as though it's already yours. Go back to the observer effect. You will collapse those potentials into tangible experiences and things can happen quickly. Final note on this, that when it comes to manifesting and creating these desires in your life, the how and the when are never your job. Your only job is to get clear on what you want, and it's nurturing that energetic frequency every single day. That's why I always say life is a game. Learn how to play it so it doesn't play you. All right, final teaching in this mindset acronym is about taking inspired action. I wish it was as easy as ordering on Amazon and everything. The man, the money, the experiences, the opportunities came to your doorstep. It just doesn't work that way. We are in this 3D human experience. We chose to come here. We chose to experience through our 5 senses. So you do have to take inspired action. But don't let this be a chore. Understand that when you know what you want, when you're matching the energetic frequency and you're taking inspired, aligned action, that you are now living as a conscious creator. Now, I want to take a pause here. This is a lot, and this has taken me decades to learn. But again, the point of me sharing all this with you is I want to ignore all of that noise and the fluff and the chaos that are only getting on the surface level, which is that hustle and grind mentality. If you just take massive action, you will get there. And you will, but it's going to take a lot longer and you're going to hit stress and burnout. What I really want to teach you is when you understand the quantum physics and the energetic universe that we live in, you become a powerful creator. This is how you unlock the power of your mindset. If you are ready to create the sustainable, lasting change and you want to fast track from where you are to where you want to be, I invite you to apply for one-on-one coaching. I'm going to include the link below, and you can also visit my website, heatherhakes.com. I have been able to distill all of this information, decades of knowledge, into what I coach my clients through, 60 days to radical change. It's an 8-week coaching program, and I want you to know, no matter your current circumstances, you can go from wherever you're at to creating a much better future. And most importantly, I teach you the tools to put into your tool belt so you can live your best life. Now, I would love to hear from you. Out of this mindset teaching framework, what was your biggest aha? What was your biggest takeaway? What haven't you heard before? Comment down below. The final note I'm going to say here is that I want to remind you that you are a powerful creator, and it is time to remember who you are. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop, and give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.